Guys, welcome back to some more Snooker 19 and part 94 of our career mode. Today we take on Mark Allen in best of 9 frame match in the first round, which is actually the quarter-final of the Coral Tour Championship, the last tournament of the Coral Series. I highly doubt we'll win the Coral Series, as I highly doubt we'll win the Coral Cup, as we have, of course, lost the first two events in the last 16. So yeah, if we can win the Tour Championship, you never know, maybe we could go on to lift the Coral Cup, but it's not my priority. Just like to make a deep run here, really, this Tour Championship. So we lost yesterday, or the last episode. Had we won, we would have been in a quarter-final. Had we lost, we're still in a quarter-final. So yeah, lucky us. So annoyed about yesterday, just felt like I threw another tournament down the drain. But ultimately, I feel like I very much could have won that match, and I suppose if I take any positives, I've built up a lot of confidence in playing alright in that match, and that if I nearly won that match. If I can nearly win that match, I can certainly win this match. And if I can win this match, I can win the best of 11 semi-final. I can win that. I'm in the final, you know. I'm sure I can trample on a best of 17 because there's a lot of breathing room. You know, so I do fancy my chances at the World Championship, especially because of how big the matches are. Like I feel like you can have a bad day and mess up the match and fall massively behind, like say 6-2 or something. Which, you know, in a best of 19, that's a long way behind. In best of 25, you'd fancy yourself to come back from. You might not fancy yourself to come back from it, but you wouldn't write yourself off at 6-2 down. I've left him a red. Not a real life red, but a Snooker 19 style red into the into the right corner pocket. Now that was the one I was talking about. Don't know if he went for the pot, but he has left us the first chance of the match in that red or that red, and I think I'm going to go for the real life option here. It's tough on the game. This goes in. This goes in. We got the chance. We're in. Well, cue ball didn't drop into the corner pocket. Neil's saying not perfect position, but that's just because the cue ball's finished on the cushion. It shouldn't matter too much. Neil tends to say that when it's landed on the cushion, not just on Pro Plus or Master Plus, but just on any aiming aid, I think. I think on Master, the potting aiming aid, I think the potting aiming aid's a bit better like on Pro, but the difference is you don't have a positional aiming aid. And on Master Plus is taking, especially Pro Plus plus Master, so you have no aiming aid, you have no positional aiming aid, and you have no and you have the trickier potting.
17.
So I think we're going to stay on Pro Plus for certainly the rest of this season. I was initially planning to do the World Championships thing, but I think I will do another season on this game. But I say I'll do another season. That won't be immediately after I finish this season. That'll be quite a long way off. Like after I finish this season, like you'll be another year on. Like you may not see any videos in the year because I may just like get too busy to make videos. So that series won't be anytime soon if I do another season. Yeah, it'll probably be next year. Probably May, June time next year, or yeah, probably June next year. That's probably the peak of when I make my videos, June. It's kind of when I peaked this year, it's kind of when I peaked last year, so I think videos will be coming to an end as soon as this series is over, because I'm struggling to find time to make, well, I'm not struggling at the moment to find time to make them. But I think I'm a little bit, you know, I do get a bit agitated sometimes. And it does almost concern me. And I just want that when I make them, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying this, obviously. But you obviously, maybe sometimes, one of my mates said yesterday at school, I said, we were talking about my YouTube channel, I goes, daily uploads, innit? He goes, it's quality, not quantity. So, you know, that's true as well. So maybe I'll just tone it down. I won't tone it down for the rest of this series. I'll try and keep up to 4 or 5 times a week. It's slowly but surely slipping, and that's kind of maybe intentional. Eventually it is going to... I'm not going to drop it to once a week or not at all. But I will drop it to not at all when the series is finished, but... I was playing that too half-hearted in the end, and I just ended up lapsing on pace, and I got an extremely nice shot in the end. Which cannot be frowned upon, really. And just run a little too far for this red here. Is there an easier red? I wouldn't say there is, so I'm still going to attempt to drop this red. It's a little on the tricky side. That was a tough pot. Don't make no mistake. That was tough. I wanted the 147 so badly, and that's why I messed up. It's 48 again. That was my highest before, I think. I got to 48, 49. I knew I was going to miss because I was just getting so excited. These reds were perfect. I would have made the 147, I think. I'm probably going to lose this frame now. You know, I played too well to have won it. It's one of those things. Never mind. I don't see many. Well, there are a couple of tricky reds, but the AI is a bit savage on this game. But it might have humbled him a bit by making that big break, or nearly a half century. Obviously, it's not enough. It's not the frame, and we've made an unforced error, which is problematic.
13.
The phone's gone off for the AI.
20. 21. 28. 29.
I don't think that's the game. That's not the game, I'll tell you that for free. That beeping, I don't know what that is. Sounds like an alarm clock if you want to know the truth, but I don't know why there's an alarm clock going off at 12 o'clock, midday. Yeah, it definitely would be an alarm clock because it's just literally hit midday, which sounds like pretty apt time for an alarm clock to go off. Maybe there's a power cut, I don't know. Let me just have a look, there might have been a power cut. Don't know. Well, let's see what Alan does here. He's landed on this red. It's tricky, but I fancy him to get this. Yeah, it's definitely an alarm clock. Just put some earplugs in. Just do what Ronnie O'Sullivan did once. I think it was the Northern Ireland Open final against Trump. There was some noise in the background. Ronnie O'Sullivan blocking his ears. He was really annoyed. I think he would have won that frame perhaps if it weren't for that noise. He was getting really agitated over it. I remember it quite clearly. Don't know what the noise was, but Ronnie O'Sullivan had something to say about it. But this has been a really good break from Alan. Not much we could have done about it, you know. All we did wrong was miss that one slightly tricky red. Maybe overscrewed the black, and that was probably the damage. And this has been a really, really good contribution from Alan. You'd have to say so. Can't afford to make too many mistakes. We kind of would need the 3-1 lead, I'd say, after this. After what we've seen here, is this black for a break of 88. And what a clearance from Mark Allen. What a clearance that really was. Mark Allen, that break of 88 gives him the frame, and he leads by 1 frame to 0.
One-frame lead here. Some pretty impressive snooker in that last frame. Yes, he played well in that last frame. I think he'll be looking to push on here.
Think we've got the snooker? Wishful thinking though. I don't think we have actually. I think this passes. No, it might do, but he didn't go for it. Is that going to stick to the cushion? Let's run a little bit more. It's on the cushion, but we've left it on, and Neil Founds is not happy. But what a chance this is, because there are reds in the open as well, which, you know, our weakness, one of our big weaknesses on this career mode seems to be potting the opening red but not getting but not being able to continue much further, and that is an absolutely disgusting shot.
One.
It's a massive underhit. This will be very much a shot out of frustration.
Black on.
Because we've left nothing on in the end, so that's a result. I don't think if we have left it on, it's not easy at all.
He's looking at this red to the corner. Missed pot.
Bit of a shot to nothing. Bit of a shot to nothing, not quite. Thought we got the snooker there. Mark Allen eventually pots one. And yeah, you'd think 2-0 here, because the way he cleared those balls up, pretty dangerous. So I think if we're not careful here, this could be another tournament down the pan very quickly. Wasn't a great positional shot. I thought he was on this red. I think we've snookered him on some of the reds, but not enough of them. Well, not all of them. I don't think we left anything. We had? Oh, right. Okay. We might have done still, but he didn't get it in.
But he's not bad at all. Great opportunity.
Well, certainly Neil Founds is very happy with that shot, so.
8.
A certain Neil Founds. What am I even saying? I do talk a lot of rubbish.
This should be straightforward enough.
Should be straightforward enough, yes. Should is the key word.
9.
They don't care if you pot it, but if you miss it, they go ballistic. Funny old people like that. They commentate. It's a funny old profession, and it commentators. They're just all critical, aren't they? And if you get a tricky pot in, they'll be rejoicing. If you don't get it in, they'll think you're mad for going for it. That's basically what commentators do. They know it themselves, though. They even say it. What a great pot, oh, but if we'd missed it, we would have been saying what an idiot he was for taking it on. Or something along those lines. Something kind of that sort of direction, man. I really need to shut that alarm up. I'm really sorry if you guys can hear it. Right, I'll be back in about 5 seconds. Just give me some time. Sorry about that. I had to shut that up, that was really getting to me. Right. We're on the table. I should have just done it whilst Alan was on the table so I wouldn't disrupt my own momentum. If I miss this, I'm going to blame. You know what my excuse is if I miss this. If I miss this shot, you know exactly what my excuse is. Well, spent a lot of time on it. In one of the older versions of this game, it's Snooker 19 I'm talking about when I say versions of this game. I'm talking directly about Snooker 19. I'm not talking about an older snooker game. I'm talking about this game. Neil Founds used to get critical if you started taking too long on a shot. He goes, sometimes taking too long can disrupt your momentum. I think it's got to him here or something like that. And Captain Goodspeed, when he says that, he's always like, oh, shut up, Neil. I wish I could just shut you up.
Position looks good for a colour. 23.
Neil's like the critical one and Dave's the happy one. I didn't have any red in mind particularly when I played for that, but the red's so open that it's kind of just like you'll be on something. And yeah, there we go. I got on a nice easy red. Nice easy red, just what we like. You can imagine that sound, man. I don't know about you, but that sound is still ringing in my head. Ding ding. I don't know if you could even hear it. Hope you couldn't, but yeah, because it's certainly very, very annoying. Bet you're glad I turned it off if you could. Yeah, I literally just stepped away from the studio. It's not a studio. This is not a professional filming studio. Just realised on the shot the blue didn't pot into the middle, but I'm on the pink and I'm on the yellow and brown if I like.
39.
I was initially thinking when I was on the power, when I was adjusting the power, when I was about to take the shot, I thought, yeah, I'll just go for the yellow. But now I'm staring down the barrel at the pink, innit? If that even makes sense, staring down the barrel, that's not what you use the phrase for. It is a phrase, staring down the barrel, but
You'll be playing safe here.
playing safe according to Dave. No, we'll be safe.
46.
He didn't even say he'll be thrilled with that or something like that. Playing safe here, of course I was, wasn't I, Dave? What did it look like to you? I was hardly playing a pot. I was only using a bit of side. Surely it didn't disrupt your. Surely it didn't disrupt your thoughts that much. Surely it couldn't have made the shot look that different.
53.
Oh no, I'll go for this red because it's going to open up the blue to the middle pocket. Silly me.
Just wants this pot to drop into the pocket. 54.
It's going to sound the wrong side of the blue, but I've got this pink. So yeah. A few more pots away from securing the second frame. Blue's not a good option for me here. It really isn't. Sorry, the pink's not a good option, so I'm going for the blue. The blue's definitely a better option.
59.
Similar to the position that Ronnie O'Sullivan got the cue ball in on that missed red. You know, let's not talk about the missed red from O'Sullivan. At the end of a hard night of work for Ronnie O'Sullivan,
Should be pretty straight.
at the end of an evening of really good snooker from Ronnie O'Sullivan, he goes and misses that pot and blows it all. He should have won the session 7-2, but he won it 6-3, and that isn't enough when you're winning a session 6-3 really isn't enough when you're 10-6 behind.
Black ball required.
Frame ball and 1-all.
Down it goes.
1-all barring snookers, fouls or penalty points, whatever you're going to say. Me giving Alan penalty points is, or stupidly pressing concede or something like that, you know. Would like to see this red hit the back of the pocket.
Gently.
Missed there.
68.
And we're on the pink. I have to say this has been a decent break.
Just wants to sink this into the left corner pocket. Beautifully done. 74. Playing this into the right centre pocket.
Sure, and get an angle to get onto this last red from the pink. Yeah, it looks like a good enough angle. Yeah, that's fine. Just hit this at the right pace. Pretty much pinpoint perfect. Oh, a tad too hard actually, but I'm going to need the rest, and it's a bit of a thin shot, so this is missable. Is it missable? If ever there was a time to get a pot in for a century, what a pot. Right in the heart of the pocket.
Nicely onto the colour.
Nicely onto the black.
82.
Just going to screw back for the yellow. So yeah, we've made a century break. We're going to make a century break with the when we came to the table, there were quite a few reds off the table. So you know, it's normally something we don't get to experience. So what we're going to be able to make 116, I think. Yeah. So must have been at least 123 remaining. Yeah. If only 3 reds could have been taken off. Yeah, we took 1 off and Alan took 2 off, 2 reds, 2 blacks from Alan, and we scored that 1 point at the beginning from that awful long red. We got the long red in, but
nice positioning for the brown.
We got the long red in, but then we screwed up the position on the black, so it wasn't a 147 in the end. But yeah, a couple of pots for a ton up, you know, and it would be a frame that I'd be very happy about. This has been a really, really good frame. It's been a really, really good break, to be honest. To be honest with you, this is exactly what I would have wanted. You know, on another day I could have been 2-0 up very easily. You know, I was clearly the better player in the first frame, but who cares? This is blue, ton up.
Amazing century.
We're on now a break of 103, I think.
103.
Yeah, 103. That's what Brendan Moore just said. As you can see, 103. Break of 103, 104 points though. And this pink and black to make it 116 break.
He's taking this on to the right middle. 109.
One thing wrong with Snooker 19 is that there's no 2 table setup ever. I don't know why this first round of the Tour Championships best of 9. Like, I don't comprehend the logic of that. Best of 9, I think you mean first to 9, guys. It's supposed to be best of 17, isn't it? First round of Tour Championship, best of 17, best of 19, best of 25, because I said it was in 2019. If you're going to go for 2020, then you had 17, 17, 20. But if you're going to go by this year's, well, you just had 3 best of 19s. Good preparation for the World Championships. Well, this is a do or die. If I miss this, they're probably going to throw the frame. Well, there you go. No 147, because I've just knocked 2 reds in. And I'm not even on the black, so. But that was an absolute treat of a shot. That worked out a treat.
That's a good split. He's got a real chance here.
And this is already a brilliant chance. To push off from what was really an absolutely awesome second frame. Springboard for success, really, because this is a great chance. This is a bloody awesome chance, like this really is. Played up for the blue here.
17.
Into the yellow pocket. Blue back on its spot.
He's aiming for the left corner here.
I think this is the right pace. We've played for 2 reds. Certainly got the red into the right middle. We might have this red into the right corner, which is the more ideal red. It does go. I just didn't bother to check in the first place whether it went or didn't go. I suppose that you could call me lazy for that. But yeah. Nah, I'll go for my initial choice, I think. Oh, the blue goes into the middle. That's fine. That's fine. It's fine. I'll definitely go for this red. This blue might go into the corner, hey?
23.
If it doesn't, well, I'm on the green. I don't want to. I don't want to take it on anyway. It's not an easy. It's not a nice enough shot for me.
Playing this with a lot of power. Nicely onto the blade. 27.
Nicely negotiated the pot.
Decent position to take on a colour.
It's just slight little banana skin, potential banana skin there, in terms of getting onto a colour, and I did it very nicely on the yellow, or the green if I fancy, but I don't really fancy the green, because it's a bit of a trickier pot. It's just a thinner pot. I don't want to, like I said, the straighter the pots in this game, the easier they are. It's all about how thin. It's all about how thin or straight they are on this game, rather than how long they are.
37.
A long pot might be really easy if it's like dead straight, but a pot that might be considered really easy in real life might be really hard because it's quite a thin one.
Fancies this red.
I think if you were using the amateur aiming aid, then it would be easy, but that's the amateur aiming aid. That's just like easy mode. That's like easy mode, isn't it?
Right out of the top.
I don't want to play on easy mode. I do want to play a proper game, proper honest game.
38.
I want to win, and I want to win properly. What? I'm only on 38. Not too long. It feels like quite some time since I was on 35. I think I've just been taking too many low value colours lately, and that's slowing the growth down of my slowing the growth of my break, if you like. Good shot. Yeah, nice shot. Red into the left middle is the one I played for. Also got that red, but it's a bit thinner than I'd like, so that red probably would have been what I'd gone for if the cue ball had ran a little bit further. This is the red I played for, the one I just went for.
42.
Now if I could pop this red here that I'm hovering around, it would free up the pink to that pocket. Good hitting of the power bar there. So to get up, just have to stand up. Well, in standing up for most of the time, I just sat down. But you just have to stand up to make sure I hit it right. I wouldn't have liked to have missed it. I would have been really annoyed for sitting down then, if I'd gone on to miss that.
Gently does it. 48.
And there we go, on the pink into the middle pocket. Just as we played for. Just as I played for, I'm on the blue into the corner as well. It's probably the easier pot. It's not the easier in real life, but it's the one that I'm more assured of on this game. The one that I'm more confident will go in.
This requires a really good strike. He's really on fire here. 53.
Now this break's going to start to get a little trickier because there are more awkward balls.
Nicely onto the colour. 54.
I don't have to play for those reds just yet. A fun little challenge, I think, is Stephen Maguire, who said he really likes the...
This is the key shot. If this
oh,
goes
this is
in,
frame ball.
fancy him for the
I think it was Maguire who said he really likes just the puzzles of picking out which shots to play to free up the balls. You know,
in this frame.
clearly likes his snooker. Wonder if the snooker players ever play snooker just to chill, just like relax. If they go to a bar to play snooker, you know, on Saturday night just for fun. Would they, or would they? You know, they probably wouldn't want to because the amount of stress it causes them, obviously on the table, money, you know. Consider snooker a career. They don't want to bring it into just their relaxed time.
This won't be easy.
Tough pot here.
Magnificent.
Good pot though.
67.
67. So 33 points off this century. Imagine that, back-to-back centuries. I have done it before, but it wasn't on video. It was in career mode. It was just in a match that I didn't show because it was one of the early rounds. It was against Alan McManus at the International Championship, I think. One of the earlier rounds, I beat him 6-3 in that match. Well, I've got this red into the green pocket. It's a bit tricky though. Fancy the II to get it, but I wouldn't think I'd get it. This is tough. This is very tough.
He's lining up the long red to the corner here.
Nope. It was a bit wide, I think. I did know it when I was taking the shot, but I thought it looks good enough, but I ain't going to bother changing it now. 75, that's a pretty good break, you know. Playing pretty well, I have to say. Just want to take this frame here and take a lead going into tomorrow's episode. 3-1 would be a very nice lead to have.
Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
Played really, really well in that last frame. Really well. Really proud of it. I don't mean to blow my own trumpet. I mean, if I lose this frame, then I'm just gonna,
He's looking to play safe.
it's all gonna be undone, you know, my work. My handiwork. Oh. Doesn't go. It's covered by the, it's covered by the other ball. I've caught the middle pocket bump. That's unfortunate. That is very unfortunate because that would have been a beautiful safety.
Not worked out quite as he intended.
Hasn't worked out as I intended to because of that evil middle pocket bump. Why does the middle pocket have to be like that? I hate the middle pocket. Why does it exist? I wouldn't be saying that if it's the ball that it's the shot that won me the match, you know. Mark Selby potted a black into a middle pocket once to complete a 147. As the last shot of the 147. There's a tricky little black into the centre. I can't remember which centre. It wasn't actually a frame I watched live. It was an afternoon session. I didn't watch it. I was shopping, I think,
24.
that day. It's quite some time ago. Some 8 years ago or something, really. Just nearly slipped there. Just dancing around. I'll send a break from Mark Allen. What's Alan's nickname? Pistol. Overhit that. And the pocket killed the pace, so good on the pocket. I think I've left a red on. May have, may not have. Well, I think this goes. I don't think it goes.
Taking this red on.
Can I have this red though?
So close, but he's missed it. That'll annoy
Too
him.
thick. Maybe I should have played safe, but there was no easy safety, you know. And sometimes it's just best to go for it, because I'm playing so well that I probably could have made a very big break should I have done it. Not a good positional shot there. It's gonna be it's not easy to get to a red from it. That's what I'm saying, you know. Oh, okay, played the pink. I didn't think about that. I probably didn't know it went.
8,
It's not the shot you play in real life. That's the thing.
50.
He's got a 45-point lead. I'd fancy him to take his frame. I know there's reds all tied up, and you know there's actually only 2 loose reds, so this break could end once he gets to 61. So I should just be mentally preparing myself to come back from 61 behind, should I get the chance. And that's not a good shot. He's got a tough pot into the green pocket. He's not gone for it. So I got that little bit wrong there about being 61 behind. I'm only 53 behind. I thought that red had the best chance of me avoiding the double kiss. Don't know if I've left this red by the left-hand side cushion. I have, but he's missed it. Oh, he's given us a chance. So good safety shot has had left Alan a very tricky tempter, and he's missed it. And suddenly we got a chance that we shouldn't maybe have had. This isn't an easy opener.
On this red.
Good opener.
That's a top quality shot with the rest. Not easy at all. 1.
Cheap blue, as Captain Goodspeed would say. Sure, you're all very familiar now with who I mean when I say Captain Goodspeed. I don't know if you've all seen him, you've all watched his channel, but I go on about him a hell of a lot, so hopefully you know.
Well, no surprise.
Hopefully you do know. He's a Snooker 19 YouTuber. Well, he's not just Snooker 19, he does loads of football videos. It's actually a Football Manager channel, believe it or not, but mostly snooker, but a lot of snooker content. He says snooker's his favourite sport. I don't know if he says that on other sports to appeal to other fans, but yeah, he clearly loves it. He clearly knows his snooker and loves his snooker. You know, he watches the World Championship, but you know, watches a lot of sports. I'm sure he was watching Wimbledon. You know, Wimbledon's on at the moment when I'm filming this. It's the penultimate day of it. Got to go for the split there. Well, Neil Founds is happy with that, and that's a good shot. It's a good shot, yeah. Missed. Oh, it did go in off the knuckle. And if we could just take this frame, it would give us a lot of confidence having nicked a frame that we shouldn't have had. Because it would feel very good to feel like we're always one frame better than we should have. And it would obviously give us a lead, which is probably the biggest thing of all. Give us a lead going into the next episode tomorrow. Well, tomorrow for you guys, I'm probably going to film that episode today. If this match goes to a decider, I don't know if I'll film the deciding frame. I don't know if I'll include the deciding frame in the next episode. Probably won't have time because of the camera, but you know, if I do, I'll do, and I'll include it. Yeah, Captain Goodspeed can do 4-frame episodes in 30 minutes, 35 minutes sometimes. You know, he's fast, experienced. Just need to clear that red so I can pop the black into both corners.
Well, I'm not surprised he's taking on the one pot here. Wonderful shot.
I'm going to need the pink at the end of the frame, and the pink's at the moment a little bit awkward. If I could just bring the pink out on this shot. Well, I ain't got the angle, so forget what I was saying there. Maybe I'll play the pink off this red. Think I'm on the red? I am. It's good. As it happens, it's my best bet to play the back here. Overhit slightly. Yeah, it's definitely overhit. That's not a good shot. Produce a bit of a screwback shot here. Ah! Not out of this yet though. I'm only 5 behind now. This cue ball's going to be sent round to the bulk area on this shot, so if I miss it, I might not leave it. I missed it. They're just, them two are just talking as if that was a formality. That was a tough shot. It's annoying to be, you know, I've made 2 breaks of 48. I could quite easily have been 4-0 up, but it's going to be 2-2 now. You would think anyway. That's a reprieve for Mark Allen, it really is. I really thought we were going to steal a frame. It's very rare we do a thing like that.
11.
Frame ball. He stuck it. Let's just see if he manages to get to the pink, because I might want to play for snookers.
20.
I only need 2 of them. What do I? What? I was going to press concede match for a moment.
Well played to take that.
Oh, there we go. 2-all at the end of that session. A very exciting session, you know. 2 good breaks. Probably could have been 4-0 up if we just held on there for a bit longer.
I can see this going into a final frame.
So yeah, potential 5 frames remain of this match. Really hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching, guys. See you soon. Have a great day and goodbye.